Manchester United dominated Spurs, and I'll be honest, I did not think we were this close to winning 5 games in a row. I mean, during our regime of Ruben Amorim, our dictator Ruben Amorim, and I know I've switched up. Look, I've switched up. All right, I've switched up because I don't think anyone in the right senses would not switch up. Does that make sense? You have to be a different type of breed to not switch up, right? So when Ruben was in, I was always Ruben in. Okay, I just feel like we need to back the manager. He's trying to change something. It's gonna take some time. And obviously, he's left. He's kind of it took a toll on his brain pretty much. He started crashing out on press conferences and he was just out of control. He was out of control. And I think mostly that's due to the club, not him. But I digress. But anyway, and after his departure, see Michael Carey come in and has now won 4 games in a row. It's just crazy to think where we started versus where we are now. I just did not think we were this close to winning 5 games in a row. That brother can finally get his haircut. If you don't know what I'm talking about, everyone knows what I'm talking about at this point. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The guy who decided not to cut his hair until United win 5 games in a row. I did not think it would happen so soon. I thought we needed at least 5 more players, starting players, in order for that to happen, to be honest with you. So this is crazy. But regardless, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, just stick around, see if you like what you see. If you like all things United, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. Let's get it. I believe with we as a team, we can do it. Our road to 1 million subscribers starts now and ends 2027 New Year's. All right, but let's get to the video. So United dominated. I mean, first of all, we have to talk about the red card, right? Because if it wasn't for the red card, this would be a very different game, an extremely different game. Spurs has been our kryptonite. We haven't beaten them since March 2022, something ridiculous like that. For some reason, they're such a bad team. They're such a bad. Sorry, I'm watching the Liverpool City game right now, but they're such a bad team that for some reason they can lose. They'll lose. They're like us actually, because we lose against the worst teams, but then kind of beat the best teams. But we had some crazy losses out there. But anyway, we just can't seem to beat them for some reason. They always show up. They always shine through against us. And this game, luckily for us, Ramiro decided to get a red card. Thank God, because if he didn't do that, this game probably would have been a little different. That being said, they weren't really playing that great anyway to begin with, but it was a bit more open. And after that, first of all, just look at all these ratings, bro. Look at all these ratings. We got Luke Shaw, Cunha, Mainu, Bruno, of course. Bruno, he got an assist? Oh, no, he got a goal. Why am I thinking? Yeah. Bruno got in a goal. He could have had that assist, man. Sheshko, if Bruno doesn't reach his goal tally, I don't know if I can ever forgive you. I don't know if I can ever forgive you, because, he's supposed to have 1 more assist this game. And you missed that chance. I love you, but you missed that chance, brother. You need to score those for yourself, for the team, for Bruno. You need to do that for Bruno. So don't ever miss those again. But if you look at the rate, Ahmad was amazing. Casemiro was excellent. Dalot was actually very good this game. That's one thing I do want to say. I was surprised. He was actually very good this game. So that was nice to see. Harry Maguire, Lamens was good. And just look at them. I mean, their goalie saved the crap out of them. We could have won easily, 3-4. It could have been 3-4 if it wasn't for him. Simmons, I don't know why he has a 7.1. I'll be honest. He was more or less invisible. He had a few shots here and there, but it's more or less invisible. But anyway, if you look at the statistics, 65% possession against 10 men. It's whatever. Expected goals 1.78. I mean, we were good. There's some of the combinations we were doing. Again, it's against 10 men, so it's hard to judge this game. And I know I say, Arsenal was a test, or no, actually that's not what I said. I said Arsenal, Man City are throwaway games. Fulham will be a test, okay? And I was like, okay, when Fulham came and it was like they actually came out against us, so it's whatever. And then Spurs, they always beat us, so that's somewhat of a test. And then they got a red card, so I was like, how do you really validate it? So I think the real test is West Ham. But anyway, when you look at this game, when you look at some of the combinations we're playing, I just don't understand what we're feeding these players. Because we went from playing absolute tragic football, not holding possession, impatient ball, trying to get up the pitch as fast as possible, reminding me of Mourinho. Maybe it's that Portuguese influence, to just patient build up. I mean, we had possessions for long spells. There's no need to rush it. There's no need to like try and do something risky every single time you're on the ball. I think that one thing that we do have to credit Michael Carrick on, and maybe the staff, is just telling Bruno to chill a little bit. You know, I think a lot of times Bruno is just too quick for the team. You're just trying to rush things all the time, trying to, you know, make the most key passes all the time. But it's okay. Like, sometimes you just got to take it easy. Just need to relax, and you can see that in this game. We didn't panic. Okay, we were 1-0 for a long time, and it started to feel like, you know, maybe this is just how the game's going to be, and Spurs might end up coming back, because that's usually what happens. Like, we just don't seem to beat Spurs. But with patience, we killed them with patience. We killed them with our passing, and eventually we got the second goal. So this looks like a different team in terms of ability, but more importantly in terms of mentality. It's a team that has clearly developed the Manchester United DNA, something that we've lacked for years. And I think that can solely be put down to Michael Carrick, because he was there winning it with Sir Alex Ferguson. He was here. He knows what the Manchester United DNA is. He knows what is required of these players. He knows the type of mentality these players need to have, and he's instilling that onto the club. And it's important for us to hang on to this, because even if he's not the manager come the end of the season, and at this point, honestly, I'd say give it to him, but anything could happen. It's important to hang on. This mentality, this United mentality, isn't something that we can just get from any manager. Okay, it's not, because it's unique, it's special. Okay, you don't hear many clubs talking about, oh, this is Manchester United, you have to play like this. It's only Manchester United and maybe Madrid and maybe Barcelona that have that kind of, you know, oomph mentality in a club. That players need to hold up a certain standard in the club, outside the club, whatever they're doing, they need to hold up a certain standard. So it's glad to see Michael Carrick instilling that into these players. I'm so excited to see what he'll do next. Our next game is against Fulham, so we'll see how that goes. And if we beat Fulham, that's 5 games in a row. That's 5 games in a row. Let's see where we are at the table. Because looking at the table, okay, so City are playing right now against Liverpool, still 0-0. I'm watching the game right now, actually. I'm rooting for City just because they're too far ahead and Liverpool is closer. And I'd rather, you know, give us some space to breathe. So I am rooting for City to win. But wow. Holy, we are close. I'm Aston Villa. Aston Villa drew. Wow, we're 3 points. We're 3 points behind Aston Villa. Holy, we could be third. We finished 15th last season. Let's get this straight. And now we're 4th. Chelsea's like right on our asses though. Hey, chillax, like chill, bro. Garnacho, I feel bad for Garnacho. I think I'll make a video for Garnacho because I actually do feel a little bad for him. I do. I mean, what he's going through, the abuse online, but it's tough because he's just trash, and we all know this. And I've participated in this abuse, you know, indirectly. I've said some not favorable words towards him, so I guess that counts. But I'm not actually abusing him. Let me clarify the air. Anyway, but yeah, we are 3 points behind Villa, so we're close to third. It's not looking like Arsenal are going to give in. They might win the league. This would probably be the worst team in Premier League history to win the league. So, and it's different with Leicester. Leicester, obviously, they're underdog. Like everyone was rooting for them at that point. Arsenal, with this haram football that they play, we need to stop this. We need to stop this. City, I mean, if you want to take it, just take it. We need to stop this. Because once they win the league, they'll start shouting out Saka as Ballon d'Or winner. They start, and it's not looking good because they'll probably win the FA Cup and the Champions League too. So someone needs to stop them. If they win a treble right now, I just can't. Sorry, they almost scored. I just can't. I can't. I don't know what I'd do with myself. We need to stop them. Arteta, we need to stop them. I don't know, but we need to stop them. They can't win. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, we're close, and I think come the end of the season, there's a good chance that we can finish second. City is not great though. City's not great, so we can low-key finish second. I think first is gone. Third is more likely. We can also drop out depending on how our form is. So, you know, it really does depend. But I just imagine we beat Leeds, Wolves, and West Ham. Because we drew against those three before City and Arsenal. Imagine we beat those. So that would be an extra 6 points. Where does that take us? 49. We'd be second place. my cranberry juice somewhere. We'd be second place. So whatever. It is what it is. But hey, at least we're making a comeback now, and hopefully all the teams up top slow down a little bit. But that's me. Let's look out for West Ham. Look out for my video for West Ham. I'll post something, a preview, just kind of give me all the insights to that West Ham game. And again, you know, if we can win, that's 5 games in a row, we can celebrate. The long-awaited, self-proclaimed 5 games in a row. Once you hit that, you hit legendary status. Peace out.